So, over the past few days, I have been suffering with this little bastard here, little Mr. COVID-19. Probably one of the various variants. You can probably hear it in my voice. You can definitely see it with my huge brown eye bags, even with a nice light ring light on my little stand, and I do usually have the filter on a little bit as well, and you can still see the huge dark circles. I was going to film this yesterday, but I literally didn't have the energy to even look at my phone. The other day as well, my fiance, who's also got it unfortunately, he had it worse in the beginning. Mine's been worse kind of the past couple of days. We were both positive on Saturday. He tested positive on Friday, but his positive was wow, it was positive. I mean, basically, there's been so much I wanted to do. There's been so much I wanted to work on. So many projects, so much art. I haven't even been able to play RuPaul's Drag Race mobile game on my tablet because I haven't had the energy for a mobile game. And most people know me, I'm the sort of person that will literally, for any reason, be on my phone. I'll be literally have a leg missing, and I'd be like, YOLO, oh my god, check out this amazing wound or something. I have been absolutely dead. It's been absolutely horrible. Don't know where I got it from. There is a chance it was a Comic-Con because there were a couple of teens coughing around a little bit. So if you were one of the ones that had a cough and didn't get a test when they were still free and then went to a big public event without wearing a mask, basically, yeah, screw you, to put it politely. Yes, a lot of people don't get it too bad. I have been completely jabbed, so luckily because I'm actually clinically slightly vulnerable. Not as much as my fiance's got heart problems, but basically we're both kind of clinically not great. My immune system is absolutely terrible. So is his. So it's without the vaccine, it potentially he probably would have been in hospital, almost definitely, because we both did nearly end up in hospital the other day because his cough was literally causing him chest pains. I could barely breathe. I was almost in and out of consciousness. I was really I'm so drained. I'm still a bit hot and cold. Yeah, coronavirus might not hit you. It might not. There are thousands of millions and billions of people in the world, and everyone is different. But it might hit you. And if it does hit you, it's not nice. I'm hoping I just don't get what I did get last time when I was 99% sure I had it in around May 2020. No, not May, June 2020. Because A, I know exactly where I got it from, if I did. And B, there wasn't any tests unless you were actually in hospital. But I spent a week sleeping, had incredibly bad aches and pains. Did have a cough, but not too much. I was one of the ones that had it in the stomach, which at the moment is still it doesn't like the stomach coronavirus, but nothing does. Right now I don't even feel hungry. I've been feeling really queasy these past few days, and for an emetophobe, that's the last thing I need. That's been stressing me out. I basically, my brain has been complete mashed potatoes. I've been really struggling. That combined with there's been some trouble with the bank, and Facebook ads and PayPal and everything else. Look, credit to the bank, Lloyd's Bank, thank you. You answered the phone at a ridiculous time in the evening. You literally saved my ass, because Facebook only responded about a week later with we authorised it. It's no, I didn't. PayPal responded few days after that saying like, oh well, yeah, you've dealt with it with your bank now, so like we can't do anything. And it's like, well, yeah, like I did try a message, but there was no contact. And like, if I hadn't have got my bank to stop the transactions, I would have been completely screwed. I wouldn't be able to pay my bill, was barely able to pay my holiday, remaining pay, I had to extend it again. Thank you Butlins for that as well. Butlins and my bank, thank you. Butlins gave me a payment extension, so I'm going to pay the rest of that for my partner's birthday. I'm going to pay the rest of that later, and thank God that's not for a few months yet, so we've got time to try and build up our immune systems a bit more. But yeah, all those people that I have an immune system Facebook things, yeah, great for you. I don't. Well, I do, but it's rubbish. So could you please just wear a mask when possible? If you're in a busy place with a bunch of strangers, try and wear a mask most of the day at least. Like, you don't have to glue it to your face, there's an in-between. You don't have to have a complete, like, you know, the really strong masks. Like, again, my brain is potatoes. Because I might be getting a mask when hopefully I go see Ramsline, like in the middle of Butlins, long story. They're not playing at Butlins, they're playing in Cardiff, and it's not that difficult to get to Cardiff. But basically, like, just be sensible. If you are unwell, try not to go out. If you do have to go out, wear a mask and avoid people at all costs. Distance where possible, keep hygiene super strong. Test where possible. Though obviously I know they're going to cost now, and quite frankly, we've got 6 tests. Luckily I picked up a few from Tesco car park, like legit ones, but we've got 6 tests in one box, and I put 2 aside for Butlins because I want to test before I go to Butlins, because I want to be a responsible person. I don't want to give anyone else this illness. Yeah, a lot of people might have been okay. A lot of people might not. I'm planning on hopefully starting a family in the future. I'd kind of like to not pass it on to other people's families. I kind of love my grandparents. My 2 alive grandparents at the moment. Shout out to Mike and Jean. That I had to miss meeting them on Saturday because obviously I tested positive. I was not going to give them to them. I was not going to put them at risk because I absolutely love my grandparents, and yeah, they're getting a little bit boomery kind of attitude of the, oh, but like if you just work hard you can get a house. It's like, no grandma, not anymore, I'm sorry, it's not, you need more than that at the moment, it's luck as well. And well, that's a little bit racist and stuff, and did a little rant about gay marriage at one point. So me, my mum and my own grandma, who's actually not blood related or marriage related, he's living in sin, and he had a little rant about, like, oh, it's not very sort of traditional, and we were like, you're living in sin with the person that you moved in with after you divorced my actual grandma and like took the kids back from Australia because she didn't really want them, to be fair. She offered them when they were adults. She was like, kids, oh, adults, yes, we'll go for a coffee. But she was like, kids you just can't take for just a coffee? Ugh. Oh, what's that? Ugh. So we're like, if you care so much about traditional marriage values, like, why are you caring about that? And like, okay, how many goats did you get for my mum? Like, I hope you got the right amount of goats for my mum. Maybe a couple of sheep as well. You know, bit of money, bit of land. Did you get that for my mum? No, you didn't. So, I don't think you're really into traditional marriage. And you're not even Christian. Like, but yeah, he got slammed down. Because as much as I love him, and I know he would never hurt anyone, if I ended up like dating a woman, he'd still love me and still love them as long as they made me happy. If I end up dating anyone trans or anything like that, he would still love them as long as they made me happy. But he does hold those bigoted views. But I still do love him to bits, and I do challenge him out still. You can still love someone and challenge them. You can still tell them that they're wrong. You can show them facts and figures and stuff like that. Yeah, and and guess what? My granddad still loves me, even though I call him out. because he's brought me up to be he's helped bring me up to be my own person kind of thing, and so is my mum, and they brought me up with science, basically. So he's only got himself to blame, because science actually supports trans people and gays, and being bi myself, pretty sure I know that. But yeah, it's just a little update, while waiting for a phone call from the doctor about something else, but obviously I'm going to have to be like, it seems to be hopefully over the hill. I'm hoping like yesterday and the day before were the worst days. I'm hoping now we'll just feel a bit crummy and that the worst is over. Aside from that, I've just been really struggling, like, financially, because obviously I haven't been able to go down, like, to Tesco and just get reduced clear stuff. Like, we've had to get someone to shop for us. And I wrote an exact list, because I know when people shop, they're usually like, oh, bread, yeah, I'll get the, like, £1 bread. And I'm like, no, you're getting the 40p bread or less. Like, we don't have much money. We're both on income support because of disabilities. And disabilities cost money. They really do. Like, people wonder why people disabled have free bus passes, oh, they deserve them, or why they got this much money coming in. The amount you have to spend on getting around is more. The amount of hospital trips we have to make is ridiculous. Neither of us are really well enough to drive in terms of sort of mental and physical health at the moment. I did do a bike test once. My hand twitched, because it does sometimes, and I ended up driving into a garage wall. So that was an expensive and horrible incident. Hurt me, hurt the bike, hurt everyone. Like, there are so many things with disabilities. Like, we've got a tiny little place, so cooking from fresh isn't really an option. Also because it's all complicated. It's all stressful. It's not easy. That precious talking. Corona really has complicated it all. So if you are one of those assholes that goes around and spreads it because you don't care, or you've got an older system, no, I thought your jobs protected you. Science, bitch. Science is never 100%. Like, never, really. It can't be. But science says that masks help. Masks help a lot, so they help others more than they help you. So wear them. Because it's not, oh, well, you just wear a mask to protect yourself. Yeah, look, if masks protected me as much as they protect, like, others from me, oh my god, I'd be wearing a mask, like, 24/7, and I'd be like, if you get corona, I will literally just laugh, unless you're literally exempt, which exemption's that big, I will laugh at you and say, no, don't get healthcare, because you chose it. Unfortunately, it's similar to smoking and the secondhand smoke. It affects me. If it just affects you, this is where I will be selfish, I don't care. I literally don't care. I couldn't care less if you got corona because of your own selfish actions. What I care about is people like me who are vulnerable, people who are older, people who are very younger, anything like that. I care about the healthcare staff. I care about them getting coronavirus. Because it sucks. And quite frankly, it is being, like, I've had operations cancelled and postponed. I've had medical treatment cancelled and postponed. And it's not because of corona and it's because of selfish assholes that insist on spreading it about. Because they don't care. Or because they're ignorant of science. Because they want to feel big, like there's some new world order conspiracy. There's a lot of conspiracies going on. There's a lot of shittiness in government. Of course there is. Our government has been absolutely terrible at the whole thing. But yeah, my fiance's just woken up. I'm just recording a little video to update my page about why I feel so absolutely shite. I'm nearly done. Yeah, he's just saying he feels absolutely shite too. Yeah, we've both been sleeping a lot and not a lot at the same time, struggling to get to sleep, struggling to sleep. I've been waking up with horrible bitter taste in my mouth, but oh, same. And like, just follow the science. the actual science. Don't look at like random BitChute links or something. Talk to actual doctors. I can recommend Dr. Mike on YouTube, because again, he's like reasonable. He's made some mistakes and he'll be the first to admit that he's made some mistakes, but he wants to make sure that he's doing the best for his patients and himself. There's also Mama Dr. Jones. She mostly specialises in gynecology and things, but she's also very intelligent. I mean, these are Americans, and normally, yeah, not gonna lie, especially with the for-profit American healthcare, not a fan. And Dr. Hope Sitnotes as well, who is an NHS doctor. Absolute legends, great for information from an actual, currently practicing, verified medical doctors. Not some person saying they're a doctor ranting on BitChute. I'm sorry, but I call bullshit. And yeah, don't listen to governments. Like, don't listen to governments. Listen to medical and science. Look for peer-reviewed science. Peer-reviewed literally means that lots of other people from around the world, so all different governments, all different cultures, will look at the results, see if they can replicate, etc, etc. Like, don't be a dick. Listen to the science, not to the government. Listen to the doctors. Don't just listen to one. Try and get the information from various sources. Make sure you're using like correct sources. So make sure they are peer reviewed with studies. Make sure the studies back up what they claim. Bear in mind, science is never 100%. It will never say, like, masks do not stop viruses. They will work better, protect others from you rather than you from them. They will... Vaccines, again, not 100%. Don't work the same for everyone. Yes, there is some risk for some people with a vaccine, but me and my fiancé are both triple jabbed. We're both, like, clinically vulnerable. He's even got a heart condition. And yet, oh, he's still alive. He's suffering. Definitely suffering. But he's still alive. Almost as if... Yes, vaccines can very, very, very marginally risk some heart conditions, triggering them. Very marginally. Way less than any female contraception that's hormonal. Way less than any of those. Any of those increase your risk by quite a significant amount of like strokes and heart problems. So just at least get the first two, which by the way it's not actually 3 jabs, really. It's 1 2-part jab and a booster. So 2, like, get those. That will help boost your immune system because it works with your immune system. It's not a replacement. Hence why actually people with a strong immune system tend to take to the jabs better. Because if you have a strong immune system, all it's literally doing is giving your immune system a sheet of instructions to go, oh, by the way, this is the bastard we want to stop. Let's stop it. Cool, we know what it looks like, right, smack, the minute it comes in. And that's why you can spread it. Because some of them are sneaky, and they're going to get in anyway. But the whole point is you want your immune system to A, stop as many as possible from getting in, because they recognise them immediately. B, you want your immune system to know exactly how to kill them, without having to figure it out itself, because even good immune systems, like, they have to figure it out. And B, you basically just want to crush the little bastard. So anyway, I'm going to make some breakfast, because I've been awake for a few hours, then asleep, then awake. I've got rid of the bitter taste in my mouth with some tea. Some lovely green tea, it's mostly gone. But like, I don't even feel like coffee right now. I don't really feel like food, but food does help. But it's difficult to sort of find out what works. But yeah, Rona sucks. I am going to put a link to my PayPal, the PayPal me thing. I'm not like asking for money or anything, but if anyone does want to donate, it would be a great help just to help us order some stuff in, because things are costing more and I do not like it, and we're both poor, and oh, it's just stressful. It's really stressful. But yeah, I've just put it in anyway, and if you made it this far, thank you for listening. Hopefully you won't get this too. If you get this, hopefully you're not suffering too much. Hopefully our government will stop being assholes, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. And I'm just hopefully return to our normal activities soon. Bye.